Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
We all have wishes at Christmas. Maybe it's a car, repairs to your home, new appliances, or travel. Get yourself that perfect gift with a GUT Credit Union Christmas Make-A-Wish loan. You can get the money you need to make that holiday wish come true. Apply for a loan and you'll be entered to win one of 5 shopping sprees at Foodland Supermarket. Plus, great prices from Sol AC Limited, Dean Mattresses, Digicel Grenada Limited, and Beacon Insurance. Call 440-1354. Email loans@gutcu.com or visit go.gutcu.com/Christmas. Apply now and make your wish the perfect gift this Christmas. Special conditions apply.
Good evening. This is Network News for Tuesday, December 13, 2022. In the headlines, Met Office serves notice that chilly weather will remain. NASA announces the arrival of pipes for $125 million G-Cruise project. Ambassador of the European Union stands strongly against gender-based violence. Seismic team in Grenada to conduct maintenance works on monitoring networks for volcanoes and earthquakes. In around the globe, regionally, Coronation Market fire leaves market vendors in Jamaica pained ahead of the Christmas holiday. Internationally, U.S. winter storm brings blizzards, tornadoes, and flood threats. Plus, in the sports news, Messi and Alvarez secure Argentina's spot in the World Cup final, while Grenadian athlete Asharia Eno dominates on debut. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
From Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network, I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. Every year from December to January, Grenadians experience a change in the atmosphere, receiving the tailwind of the winter weather from North American countries. This year is no exception, as local meteorologists monitor a southward tilting Atlantic cold front. More in this Renapet Thomas report.
Forecasters at the Meteorological Office at the Maurice Bishop International Airport indicated that the cold front previously mentioned has dissipated. The prefrontal throw system triggered cloudiness, showery period of rain, thunderstorm, and gusty winds across the island chain. The axis of the throw system is located 270 nautical miles east of Grenada. Weather models signals that the axis of the throw system will continue along a northwestward path and traverse the island chain early Wednesday morning. There is also a low potential for lingering moisture and instability to induce some isolated showers on Wednesday. Manager of the Meteorological Office, Cecile Mitchell, explains the potential impact of the weather condition at sea.
Between the period 9 to 12, so you had Mount Plaisir. Between the 9th and the 12th, you have temperatures ranging from 19.5 degrees Celsius to 19.7 degrees Celsius. At Carriacou Airport, you had temperatures ranging from 19.6 degrees Celsius to 21.2 degrees Celsius. Grande Tang, you had temperatures ranging from 18.3, which is the lowest that we have seen across the state of Grenada. I think on average, these are the temperatures. Like I said, there are other factors. If it's a clear night, less clouds, it means no outgoing long wave radiation. And if the winds are light, again, all of that will contribute to the cooler temperatures remaining.
On Tuesday afternoon, conditions are forecast to be mostly cloudy and breezy, becoming overcast at times with light to moderate showers or periods of rains and a minimum of change of isolated thunderstorm, improving gradually overnight. She said the chilly temperature may stay steady or become a bit colder on other days.
Therefore, we are urging all the marine interests, which will include seabathers, small craft operators, boat operators, to be vigilant, be mindful of the high surf that can occur during long period swells, and just to remain connected to the meteorological service, remain connected to NADMA. The information, again, that we are sharing, it is not in any way to create panic. It's to keep you informed. It's to keep you safe.
The forecaster says that they will continue to work with NADMA to ensure that weather warnings are made public as soon as possible as they continue to provide a timely and effective service. For GBN News, I'm Rena Pet Thomas reporting.
Well, the European Union is throwing its full support behind the Spotlight Initiative for the goal of eradicating violence against women and girls. Christina John tells us more.
As the 16 days of activism came to an end on Monday, Her Excellency Malgorzata Wazalewski, Ambassador of the European Union for Barbados, the Eastern Caribbean states, the OECS and CARICOM, commended Grenada for joining the movement towards ending gender-based violence. Her Excellency says she stands strongly against gender-based violence on all levels.
I'm very moved by the t-shirts that I see here. One of the ones that moved me the most is I was raped at 5. I'm a mother, and to think of a 5-year-old child being raped is just absolutely appalling. Now, we do these 16 days of activism every year. I think we all have to ask ourselves a question, whether we are engaged enough as individuals and whether we talk about it enough to actually make it meaningful and make it contribute to people saying no at all levels possible.
She called for a collaborative approach to addressing the issue of gender-based violence and creating a safe space for victims to speak out against the scourge.
I feel very strongly against gender-based violence and the relationship violence, family violence of any kind, be it against children, be it against women or young girls or boys, because a home or a community are supposed to be places where children feel the safest. And the problem is that too often when the violence happens or when the abuse starts, they have nobody to turn to that they trust, because the family and the community often tell them, I'm now talking region-wide, I'm not saying that this is always the case in Grenada, to protect the reputation of the family, to protect the reputation of the community. And that is simply not right.
This being her third visit to Grenada, the ambassador highlighted the European Union's actions against the eradication of gender-based violence.
Spoke last year quite strongly how European Union stands against violence. This is a very serious violation of basic human rights of every individual. We all have a right to dignity, personal integrity and space, and any form of violence is unacceptable.
Christina John, GBN News.
Gender-based violence has been a prevalent issue in Grenada society. The latest public episode was the murder of Sharon Williams at the hands of her ex-partner on October 31, 2022. Elaine Henry McQueen, program coordinator at the Spotlight Initiative Standard Operating Procedure, SOP, for the clinical management of sexual and gender-based violence, said statistics over the past 10 years have proven that gender-based violence is a cause for concern in Grenada.
right? But when one looks at how intense intimate partner violence and sexual abuse are in Grenada, and we pay attention to local statistics such as that 29% of all women and girls surveyed in a recent study show that they have experienced some form of intimate partner violence, with sexual violence and or physical violence in their lifetime, right? And if we were to take into account emotional violence and so on, then that number actually goes to 39%. That's for every 5 women, 2 out of 5 would have experienced some form of intimate partner violence overall.
Other news, government's visible transformation project shifts into high gear with the tagging and removal of derelicts, as well as plans to enhance the ambience of the Kirani James Boulevard. More in this Christina John report.
The pristine beauty of the Kirani James Boulevard, formerly Lagoon Road, has been downgraded over the years. That's the view of many as they express concern about the erection of what may be described as shacks, the accumulation of derelict boats, and mountain rubbish piles. As part of government's visible transformation project aimed at enhancing the aesthetics of our beautiful country, the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, the Royal Grenada Police Force, the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, the Ministry of Health, Infrastructure, among other entities, have begun their cleanup campaign, the second of which took place this past weekend. Phase 1 of the project entailed the tagging of derelicts and abandoned structures and the removal of waste. Both phases of the project will see the revitalization of the Kirani James Boulevard, as explained by Kimisha Donald, Change Management and Empowerment Officer in the Ministry of Mobilization.
We'll also be adding some beautification to the project, which is planting of flowers, especially in the Lagoon Road area. I mean, we call it Kirani James Boulevard, and we really want to bring back some esteem to the area. Kirani has represented Grenada well internationally, and we want when visitors come and they look for Kirani James Boulevard, we have something beautiful to show them. So we'll be planting flowers in the area. We'll also be erecting a new Kirani James Boulevard sign, and throughout Grenada we'll be engaging with various entities for the addition of street signs, flowers, plants, murals, just to add to the visible aesthetic of the area.
Danraj Ramkalawan, attached to the Ministry of Health, says the complaints are endless concerning the removal of derelicts. This, he says, is a welcomed project.
The other entity that is involved with the Ministry of Health is the Royal Grenada Police Force. Both entities are legislated under the Waste Management Act of 2001 to place stickers on these vehicles that are just left within the community, causing hazards, environmental hazards. So once we place these stickers on these vehicles now, owners would have 7 days in which to remove the vehicle from public space. If not, then it would be removed by the Royal Grenada Police Force in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and be deposited at the collection and processing site identified by the Solid Waste Authority.
Mona Julian, Senior Communications Officer at the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, explained that this collaboration augurs well for all entities involved, as it will allow for a greater understanding of what needs to be done and where.
Responsibility then from the end of the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority would be to identify locations that are suitable for the receipt and processing of derelict vehicles. Right, and recently, based on our engagements to address the whole issue of the challenges associated with derelicts in public places and on private properties, etc., we took on the responsibility of documentation of the derelicts.
Wall Street is also on the list of places to be cleaned up as part of the Visible Transformation Project. Christina John, GBN News.
We are reporting the day's news. This is Network News. Still to come from us, seismic team in Grenada to conduct maintenance works on monitoring networks for volcanoes and earthquakes. We'll be back.
Hi, my name is Anisha Hussein. I've been a member with the Arise Credit Union for the past 12 or so years. At the time, I was a member of another financial institution, and being exposed to one of its board members that I work with, he was able to give a detailed breakdown of what the credit union at the time offered. So this helped guided me into, should I say converting to becoming a member of Arise Credit Union at the time. Arise Credit Union would have helped me over the years in terms of being able to own and acquire stuff. Even as a contract worker, they would have been able to, come up with their policies as to guide persons along my job description. I would like to extend a hearty congratulations to the Arise Credit Union and its achievement for 75 years and the way they would have been able to transform the lives of its members over that period of time. Congratulations.
Immerse yourself in the pure and simple fragrances celebrating the best of nature, delicate flowers, the great outdoors, and the open ocean with Beep Air Freshener. Calming vanilla, berry burst, captivating orchid, cotton flower, ocean spray, and water lily make up the Beep Pure and Simple fragrance collection, capturing the purity and simplicity of nature that you can enjoy from the comfort of your home. Beep, for a happy, healthy home.
At Guardian Group, we've seen so many of our customers achieve great things. So, it's no surprise that after 175 years, our optimism is stronger than ever. Because when you've partnered with people to achieve their best lives as long as we have, you tend to see the world a little brighter every day. Guardian Group. Live easy.
Christmas safety tips. Always unplug Christmas tree lights before leaving home or going to sleep. Check your tree lights and outdoor lights for damage each year before you use them. Discard lights with frayed wires, loose connections, and cracked sockets. Do not overload your wall outlets or extension cords. Remind children never to touch lights or outlets. Select lights appropriately. Never use indoor lights outside or vice versa. Happy holidays from Grenley.
Yar, shiver me timbers. What's this? Free tile?
Ooh, free tile? We've got to go capture this treasure.
Full speed ahead! Yar, with prices like these, there's no need to plunder at all. Free tiles for Christmas is back at Island Style.
Yo ho ho! Buy 100 tiles at the regular price, get up to 20 tiles absolutely free! Magnificent!
Remember, when you think tile, think Island Style.
Yar, maybe I should tell my fellow pirate elf, Captain Jack Sparrow. Oh, I think he's busy fighting monsters these days.
No, this is Christmas time. Celebrate in style. With furniture on, you can will make it with your one. With unsecured loans, reduced interest rates, win cash prizes for the best Christmas ever. So we'll make it, hey, pirate playing, hey, ham and black cake eating. Now this is Christmas.
Get unsecured loans up to $50,000 and a chance to win cash prizes this Christmas at Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
What you want? This ain't what you want. 16 Linda. I just wanna rock. I just wanna. I just wanna rock. Body out of ya. Shorty got that body out of ya. Hit it once, no time. Set up, you gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my time. Pick them sides, and you better choose wisely. That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 5. That's my high.
Ho, ho, ho! It's
the season to be jolly, and the NLA is giving back loads of prizes to its loyal customers in its exciting Xmas Bonanza promotion. Yes, Grenada! It's your opportunity to win hams and bottles of wine and rum from November 15th to December 31st. Over 450 prizes will be up for grabs during this festive season. Simply purchase a single ticket valued at $12 or more in Lotto, Cash 4, Playway or Pick 3, and check your tickets for the word ham, wine or rum. Play daily for chances to win every day. Prizes are redeemable at NLA's head office on the Carenage on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting November 16th, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Must be 18 or older to participate. Terms and conditions apply. NLA, supporting sports, culture, and nation building. Happy Christmas, Grenada! Ho, ho, ho!
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Have your family or friends ever needed cash now, but you are nowhere close to give it to them directly? With the cardless cash feature from Republic Bank Online and your mobile phone, it is hassle-free and convenient to send money to anyone, including yourself, using the Republic mobile app. Simply log into your account, access the cardless feature, enter the amount you want to transfer, and using the access code provided, the cash can be withdrawn instantly from a designated Republic Bank ATM without a card. Republic Bank Cardless Cash is convenience at your fingertips. To learn more about our cardless cash features, visit republicgrenada.com for more details. Special terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're back here at Television Center. A seismic team is in Grenada for 1 week on a maintenance run, monitoring networks for volcanoes and earthquakes. Renapet Thomas tells us more.
A team from the Seismic Research Center attached to the University of the West Indies is here in Grenada for 1 week to conduct maintenance work on monitoring networks for volcanoes and earthquakes. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, plans to visit these sites were postponed, resulting in the decommissioning of some devices. The team will be working along with the National Disaster Management Agency and other agencies to provide technical support. In an interview with the Government Information Service, Lloyd Lynch, instrumentation engineer at the Seismic Research Center, UE St. Augustine campus, spoke of the current state of the networks.
Some of our installations that are powered by battery have gone dead because the batteries in some cases have reached end of life. So we are here on a mission to make an assessment of what we need to repair, but we will use the opportunity to pick some low-hanging fruits. In other words, there are some things that we could do to restore some capabilities. Also at Sautiers, we have a satellite link station there, which was using solar power exclusively. The batteries, they are dead. We have no replacement at this time, so we'll place an order for the batteries, but in the interim we can hook it up to the mains.
Mr. Lynch says that at least 2 stations are operating. However, the surveillance efforts must be maximized to ensure efficiency.
The USGS has a monitoring station at the primary school at Maribor, right? Maribor. So that was just went down a short time and was brought back up. So that's been providing surveillance, and for a good while the station up at Karakou was also operating. At one point also, the Sautiers, before the battery went dead, was also operating. So we weren't totally blind.
The engineer says that after the trip, a report will be submitted and hopefully they will return in 2023 to ensure that all the monitoring networks are operating. The team will visit the sister isle on Wednesday. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
All right, so in 2022, a sum of $9.5 million was spent on the refurbishment of 40 state-owned buildings. An additional sum of $3 million has since been allocated in the 2023 budget to complete retrofitting work in the new year. This comes as government commits to refurbish all state-owned buildings in 5 years, in keeping with its transformation agenda. Infrastructure and Physical Development Minister Dennis Cornwall says work has started on several medical facilities on mainland and in Carriacou.
We are looking at health centers in New Hampshire, Granville, Piedmont, Riverside St. Patrick's, Hamilton St. Patrick's, St. David's, Tivoli St. Andrews, Westall St. George, Grand Anse, Mount Gay Clinic, Leicester Medical Station, and Winwood Medical Station. We're also going to look at repairing some of the police stations that are badly in need of repairs at the moment. St. George, Grenville Police Station, Warren Victoria Police Station, Hamilton Police Station, St. Paul's Police Station, and the Kenroy Police Station.
Government will inject more money into facilities and equipment in 2023 to avoid the quick deterioration of its facilities. The ministerial complex, for example, is among facilities scheduled for refurbishment.
We have started by removing the carpets and so on various floors, and to replace them with tiles. We also have to look at the structural aspect of the building. If you look at the building from the outside, it looks as though molds will take over that in the near future. The air condition is not working properly, and again we have to look at replacing that. You are not basically having horse and boats in those buildings. Human beings are occupying those buildings, and we have to be concerned about the health and the safety. And therefore this government is committed to make sure that we continue to maintain government buildings at all costs so that we can ensure that the occupants of those buildings are safe.
An altercation involving a female police officer and a male civilian in the company of his young son is what's creating a buzz on social media.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz report.
An altercation between a female police officer and a male civilian has left a bitter taste in the mouths of Grenadians.
The duty of a police officer, according to law, is to serve and protect the citizens of the country. The citizens, on the other hand, also have an obligation to be guided by the laws of the land. Based on a video in circulation, members of the public are fuming. There are many questions that are left unanswered surrounding the incident. This video went viral on Saturday following an incident involving a female on-duty police officer and a male civilian with a young child.
Social media users took to the comment section to share their thoughts about this development. The following views are that of members of the public and not of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Dahlia said, "Distressing to watch. The safety of the child overrides everything. That's an overzealous policewoman. Even her hat suffered in her anger." Janice said, "The gentleman did not help the situation. Why didn't he walk along with the officer to the station?" Cynthia said, "As I said, I do not know what led to that decision. However, throwing the cap on the ground is certainly not acceptable." Sherlyn said, "I think the police officer should have more respect for the child and her cap. It shows no respect at all. Threw the cap to the ground, that's out of order." This person believes this young police was trying to prove a point in that situation with the young man. Ronnie Slinger asks, "Police making an arrest most times are controversial when reviewed by the public. Arresting someone is a powerful act, especially when met with resistance. Should hat, belt, or whatever prevent the police from her duties?" Chad says, all most Grenadians can see is the disrespecting of the uniform, which goes to show some of our mindset. This uniform is outdated, not practical for the job of policing, and a constant reminder of our colonial past. The focus should be on the professional conduct of the officer and her inability to de-escalate the situation. Wake up, Grenadians. That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Still ahead, NOASA announces the arrival of pipes for $125 million G-Cruise project. We'll talk about that. See you in a while.
Experienced drivers, you've ruled the road. Now you can enjoy the rewards with Beacon's 50-plus car insurance plan. Get hassle-free sign-up, affordable payment options, and a free windscreen cover. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get driving with Beacon today.
Disinfectant spray is certified by a U.S. EPA compliant lab to kill the coronavirus that causes COVID-19. Beep Disinfectant Spray is now available in a convenient travel size can that travels everywhere with you. Beep for a happy, healthy home.
Solar lights are back in stock and will be available for purchase at Southern Electrical. Here is a list of the solar lights that we offer. 200 to 300 watt intelligent floodlights with camera, 300 to 500 watt solar street lights, 60, 100, 200 and 500 RGB solar floodlights, 100, 200, 300, 500 and 800 solar floodlights, solar garden lights, 25, 40, 60, 100 and 200 watt solar floodlights, 3, 7 and 10 watt solar wall lights, motion center garden lights, motion sensor floodlights, 30, 60 and 90 watt solar street lights with accessories, 5 watt solar wall lamps, 40 and 60 solar street lights, and 100 and 300 solar floodlights with battery power display. Now available at Southern Electrical, Dusty Highway, St. George. Visit our showroom today.
Shop and win at Real Value this Christmas. Anyone spending $50 or more can win $5,000, $2,500, and $1,500 in cash and shopping vouchers. Simply place your receipt with your name, address, and phone number in the barrel provided. Promotion starts November 21st and runs until December 23rd with the grand draw of the morning of December 24th. Plus, anytime you use your Real Value Shoppers card, you can win day passes to Royalton, hamper baskets, wine, and more. Promotion runs from November 21st till December 30th. Shop at Real Value this Christmas.
This Christmas, give the gift of sight with a little help from Quartz Optical. Choose from the widest selection of fashionable and affordable frames with flexible payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today at www.quartzoptical.com and get a free gift with every frame plus lens purchase. Come enjoy our gift to you from Quartz Optical, where your eye exam is always free. All major insurance providers are accepted. See in store for details. Merry Christmas from Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Whoa! Did you hear that? The National Lotteries Authority's Lotto Jackpot is $218,000. Play Lotto today for chances at winning big. Lotto. Play and win a lot of money.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
After a long year of waiting, Flow brings you the magic of Christmas giving. Discounts on devices to bring you closer to your loved ones. Prizes to enjoy with your family and friends. And the best in entertainment bundles for everyone to gather around. This Christmas, one gift brings many more. Like more data and speeds to share everything with the family. So sign up, bundle up, switch up, top up, or pay up to win $4,000 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
This is Network News from the Grenadian capital. The National Water and Sewage Authority, NWASA, received its first shipment of pipes for use in the Green Climate-funded $125 million project in Grenada. 22 containers valued at over 4.5 million EC dollars are on island for distribution to project sites.
22 containers filled with pipes valued at over EC $4.5 million are on island, a major boost to Grenada's efforts of increasing climate change resilience in the water sector. Head of projects at GIZ, Dr. Hans Werner Tyson, has been part of a team that has been instrumental in this project.
This is really a milestone for the project. You see, after several months and almost 2 years of planning, designing the whole infrastructure project, the milestone is really the beginning now of the implementation of the infrastructure within the G-Cruise project. You cannot buy just a pipe in a supermarket. Yeah? You have to make a complete set of design and planning. That takes a long time. So that was done by NWASA. We are also waiting, maybe begin next year or maybe first quarter. We are waiting for the arrival of the water tanks, and then once we have water tanks and pipes here on the island, we can build the complete set of the water supply system, which will be a milestone also for Grenada to get a more resilient water supply here on the island.
The G-Cruise project introduces a complete paradigm shift in the water sector of Grenada. Under this project, there will be the development of new water supply from St. Margaret's River, construction of a new dam at Les Avocats St. David's, the installation of 16 treated water storage reservoirs at locations throughout the island, including Carriacou, and the installation of 20-kilometer pipelines at locations throughout the island. Wim Cox is the manager of NWASA's Planning and Development Department.
What's next for us is, of course, the implementation or the installation of these pipes. To date, we've already completed the shortlisting of the contractors, potential contractors, and in the coming weeks, early January, we're going to be issuing them the request for bids for the installation of the pipes, and immediately after that, we're going to commence the pipe installation. By the end of this first quarter in 23, we should be seeing the tanks here on island, and we're going to, under this tranche, we're going to install 6 tanks, and then another 6 tanks under the second component. So end of first quarter, tanks should be here. Pipes and tanks together, we have complete systems, more resilience, more water storage on island, and better supply for Grenadians overall.
Deputy Head of Projects at GIZ, Marian Geese, says more are in store under this project for Grenada's water sector.
This is only one part of the G-Cruise project, so we're looking also at other solutions to increase our water supply, and looking also at the equipping of health centers and medical stations with rainwater harvesting and better supply storage. We're looking at the communal rainwater harvesting, but we're also looking at things like PV installation, renewable energy in the NWASA network, and also improved operations, including leak detection and water loss reduction.
The G-Cruise project is jointly financed by the Green Climate Fund and the German Federal Ministry for the Environment, Nature Conservation and Nuclear Safety under its International Climate Initiative, the Government of Grenada, and the German Development Corporation GIZ to the tune of EC $125 million.
Moassa's Jamila Lewis with that report. This gentleman has become well known for his dedicated service to ensuring the smooth flow of traffic in St. George. It's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's eyesore submission is a reminder of service above self. Our eyesore reporter wanted to recognize the service of this gentleman for a voluntary job which he enjoys. No stranger to the GBN eyesore, this gentleman calls traffic on the busy corner road close to the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception with 3 schools in close proximity. Our eyesore reporter captured this photograph saying, even though rain is falling, this gentleman gives free traffic directions. He needs a medal for that. We thank our eyesore reporter for this submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
I see him all the time, so passionate about and committed to his work. Good for you, sir. Stay with us for the sports news, followed by Around the Globe.
Your Gifts of Love for Cheer 2.0. Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Make it a merrier Christmas with the communal. Exciting prizes for members throughout the promotion. For we are your Santa this Christmas. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply.
With Digicel, it's the Christmas that keeps on giving. Switch on to the fastest LTE network with any plan or bundle and get 10 gigabytes more data every month, all year. More entertainment on the move and more connectivity to create more Christmas moments. Buy and stay on any Christmas plan and get 10 gigabytes on us every month for the entire year. With Digicel, it's the Christmas that keeps on giving.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro. Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Weather for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather tonight: cloudy with occasional light to moderate showers. Improvement is expected later tonight into the early morning. Tonight's minimum temperature 22.5 degrees Celsius. Wind northeasterly to easterly at 3 to 13 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm at times. Seas moderate to rough with waves 6 to 9 feet in northerly swells. Warning, high surf and marine advisory remains in effect. Tides currently falling, low at 2 a.m. Sunrise tomorrow morning, 6:19. The weather on Wednesday, December 14, mostly fair, becoming partly cloudy, mainly during the afternoon with possible light showers. On Thursday, December 15, generally fair, becoming partly cloudy during afternoon with occasional light to moderate showers, improving overnight. And on Friday, December 16, partly cloudy with a slight increase in cloudiness at times with possible light to moderate showers. That's the weather for you. Good evening, sporting fans. First off, Argentina's master and pupil, Lionel Messi and Julian Alvarez, combined to deadly effect as they reached their 6th World Cup final with victory over Croatia at Lusail Stadium. Messi now gets one last chance to win the piece of silverware that has eluded him in his trophy-laden career. But Manchester City's 22-year-old striker Alvarez claimed at least an equal share of top billing as Argentina ensure they will return on Sunday to face either France or Morocco. Argentina's little genius looked to be struggling with a hamstring problem early on, but recovered enough to break the deadlock from the penalty spot after 34 minutes following Croatia goalkeeper Dominik Livakovic's foul on the marauding Alvarez. Alvarez doubled Argentina's lead 5 minutes later when he took Messi's header just inside Croatian territory and embarked on a slaloming run, aided by fortunate bounces of Josip Juranovic and Borna Sosa before beating Livakovic. There was no fortune involved in the brilliant third after the break as Messi mesmerized Croatia's excellent defender Josko Gavadio on the byline before playing in Alvarez for the finish. Messi will now have the opportunity to make amends for the bitter disappointment of losing the 2014 World Cup final to Germany in Rio's iconic Maracana. Racketeers attackers were crowned the 2022 Grenada Table Tennis Association team champions. In the championship encounter played on Monday evening, they defeated previously unbeaten Warriors 3-2 in an exciting contest at the PW building. When the two teams met in the preliminaries, the Warriors won 3-0. However, on this occasion, they were unable to press home the advantage. In the opening match, Warriors captain Junior St. John beat Jason Stanislaus in a thrilling 5-setter. An aggressive St. John won the first set 11-5, but Stanislaus, playing a strong defensive game, came back to win the second and third games 11-5, 11-9. The fourth game was a tussle, with both players holding their respective services, but at 8 points each, Junior St. John seized the initiative, winning the set 11-9 and setting the stage for a decisive fifth and final match, which brought out the best skills in both players. St. John came out winner 11-9. We can tell you too, in the Battle of the Veterans, Trevor Lane came back from a first game defeat and saved game points in second and third sets to register a hard-fought victory over Ray Roberts 11-8, 11-13, 12-14, 11-8. In the doubles, Trevor Lane and Chris Campbell won in straight sets 11-5, 11-8, 11-9 against Ray Roberts and Anthony Forsyth. Junior St. John won the first of two reverse singles, defeating Chris Campbell 11-7, 11-8, 11-8 to level the series between Warriors and Racketeers with 2 wins each. In the second reverse singles, Jason Stanislaus ensured a Racketeers victory with a straight set win over Anthony Forsyth. Golf Strikers placed third in the 6-team round-robin tournament, winning 3 of their 5 matches. For the finals of the Ministry of Sports, the Sports Shop Inter-Secondary Schools netball tournament are scheduled for the Tanti Netball Complex on Wednesday. Games will be played simultaneously on courts 1 and 2 starting from 1 p.m. The finals will feature Hillsborough Secondary and Bishop's College from the sister Isle of Carriacou, along with Grenville Secondary, Happy Hill Secondary, St. David's Catholic Secondary, and Boca Secondary. Matches to be played: first place and second place B Division Junior Girls, Grenville Secondary versus Bishop's College. Third place and fourth place B Division Junior Girls, Happy Hill Secondary versus Boca Secondary. First place and second place A Division Senior Girls, Anglican High versus St. David's Catholic Secondary. And third place and fourth place A Division Senior Girls, Happy Hill Secondary versus Hillsborough Secondary. 19-year-old Petit Martinique native Asharia Eno opened the 2022 season with a huge new personal best in the women's high jump. Her 1.85-meter clearance is the second best for any Grenadian athlete in history. She also set a new school record while breaking the Western State Indoor Facility record. She moved to number 1 on the NCAA national qualifying list by 2 inches over the second best mark in the country. Meanwhile, Nazio John opened his 2022-2023 season with a blistering new 60-meter personal best of 6.67 seconds at the Crimson and Gold Invitational in Pittsburgh. This makes him the second fastest Grenadian athlete in history after national record holder Dr. Sean Lambert. Nazio. All right, this is the one to report before we conclude the sportscast. Grenada experienced a humiliating 403-run defeat at the hands of St. Lucia in the Windward Islands under-15 cricket match in St. Lucia on Monday. St. Lucia set 483 runs in 50 overs for victory. Grenada were bowled out for 79 in 23.2 overs. Earlier, St. Lucia made 482 for 8 with centuries from Jonathan Daniel, 142, and Theo Edward 101. Only Grenada's captain Gion Henry 25 and Xavier Rock 11 got into double figures. Leo Alexander 3 for 14, Theo Edward 2 for 5, and Kalen Thomas 2 for 11 were the best bowlers for St. Lucia. Xavier Rock was the best bowler for Grenada with 4 for 90. That's the sports news for now. TVJ News in Jamaica reports vendors' dismay hours after firefighters extinguished a blaze that flattened at least 30 stalls on the margins of Coronation Market on Sunday morning.
Very sad Christmas.
It was not the phone call she was hoping to hear close to 4 a.m. Sunday. Venetia Parker, who's been selling in a section of the Coronation Market called Yam Park for over 7 years, became weak when she saw the damage done by the fire. All her market goods were destroyed.
I don't know, I didn't know car. It's very sad. I feel I start all over back from scratch. It's very hard.
The fire was concentrated to a small section on the outskirts of the market. We saw vendors digging through the rubble of what were once shops and stalls worth thousands of dollars. This emotional vendor said she lost 1,000 pounds of chicken, appliances, and other cooking equipment. She operated a restaurant there.
It's hard. Time like this now. I have my son to go to school. I have my mother that depend on me. I don't know if to tell you, it's hard, sir.
She and others now join the long list of vendors in the market district now seeking assistance from government. Earlier this year, fire gutted the Rayray and Oxford markets in the area.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to start from right now. I couldn't even buy. I can't even buy. I just tough it out. So it just rough now.
Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.
Let's move to Trinidad now. A Defense Force commander is disputing statements by Paria's operational manager about the Coast Guard's role in the diving tragedy. Lieutenant Commander Michael Maharaj testified in the Commission of Inquiry set up to investigate the accident in which 4 men lost their lives. Maharaj says he never made any assessments to determine whether the 4 men were alive. More on this report.
And did you indicate to him that it was unlikely that the divers in the pipeline were still alive because it is unlikely that they would have had sufficient air to survive for this long?
Absolutely not, sir.
Lieutenant Commander Michael Maharaj says Colin Piper's sworn statements about his involvement in the Paria diving tragedy are not true. Lieutenant Maharaj says his involvement was limited. He says as a former sea captain, his top priority in an incident like that would be preserving lives.
The most important difference is that what he said is that I made a comment about their ability to survive, yes. And I also made a comment about the fact that they should turn the operation from rescue to recovery. I fundamentally disagree with that because I'm in the business of saving lives.
Another witness, Coast Guard Lieutenant Edric Hargreaves, was asked by Senior Counsel Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj whether or not they received instructions to stop or prevent anyone from entering the pipeline to try to rescue the men.
Did Paria instruct you to prevent persons from going into the pipeline?
No, sir. But Hargreaves' own statements to the commission seem to be at odds with his testimony. Maharaj asked him to read parts of that statement.
As far as I'm aware, the decision to prevent persons from attempting a rescue was made by Paria and not by myself, nor either member of the Trinidad Defense Force Diving Department.
Hargreaves said the TTCG was asked to assist in a recovery operation that would occur rather than a rescue.
The alternative method they decided on was to flush the pipe. And that is why they told us to return on Monday to help in aiding the recovery after the flushing would have been commenced.
To this statement, Chairman of the Commission, King's Counsel Jerome Lynch, asked,
"You mean by then it was already decided that they were dead?"
The Commission's hearing will resume on Wednesday. Charlene Rampasad, CNC3 News.
Further afield, a coast-to-coast storm is bringing heavy snowfall, powerful winds, and other extreme weather across the U.S. and parts of Canada. Some western states, including Montana, Wyoming, and South Dakota, are expecting up to 2 feet of snow. Other states in the south, meanwhile, are facing potential tornadoes and flash flooding. Experts say the storm could affect millions of residents in nearly every state in the contiguous U.S.
This morning, severe winter weather roaring across the nation. In the Dakotas, ice is the big problem. Slick roads causing accidents on the road overnight.
You can see here on the truck, that's pure ice right there.
And in below freezing temperatures, locals hopeful they don't lose power and heat.
My family's gonna hunker down and pray that the electricity stays on so we don't freeze.
Whiteout conditions pummeling the Rockies overnight with winds blowing up to 50 miles per hour. Colorado under its first blizzard warning in 2 years. It's one of several states on high alert this morning. In North Dakota, snowplow crews preparing to dig the state out of the anticipated big storm. Heavy snow also hitting the Central Plains. They're anticipating up to 2 feet in northern Nebraska and western South Dakota.
Stay home if you can. Stock up on supplies.
In some areas, snow and ice-covered streets already making driving dangerous. In Utah, slick roadways caused this bus to lose control and crash onto its side. More than 20 passengers were hospitalized, including 2 in critical condition.
The clear thought that hit me is when everyone just started panicking, screaming.
Severe weather also making air travel brutal for many this week.
I want to go home. I'm tired.
On Monday, almost 3,900 flights were delayed and 173 canceled. And in some regions experiencing major snowfall, travel could be close to impossible in the coming days. On the West Coast, in Arizona, a rarely seen or heard winter weather phenomenon, thunder snow. And in California, they're clearing roads and cleaning up. The same storm system that dropped at least 4 feet of snow in the Sierra Nevada mountains is now bearing down on the rest of the country.
And again, as this storm heads east, state leaders are already bracing for the worst. In Texas, that state's governor has activated emergency response resources across the state. And in South Dakota, that governor has closed all state government offices ahead of this dangerous winter storm.
Stay with us. We remind you of the headlines after this. We're about to leave you to make way for continued programming on the Grenada Broadcasting Network. First, a reminder of the headlines. Met Office serves notice that chilly weather will remain. NASA announces the arrival of pipes for G Cruise $125 million project. Ambassador of the European Union stands strongly against gender-based violence. Seismic team in Grenada to conduct maintenance works on monitoring networks for volcanoes and earthquakes. And around the globe regionally, Coronation Market fire leaves market vendors in Jamaica pained ahead of the Christmas holiday. Internationally, U.S. winter storm brings blizzards, tornadoes, and flood threats. Plus, in the sports news, Messi and Alvarez secure Argentina's spot in the World Cup final, while Grenadian athlete Sharia Eno dominates on debut. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. That's all from us in the newsroom for now. Thanks for watching. Good night.